Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Divine Relationships Ministries. This is Ketna Luwin, and I am back with another video. Remember, this is your safe space where we have crucial discussions about love, about relationships, about marriage. It doesn't matter where you are in your journey. These principles are principles that can be applied to everybody, both men, women, young, and old. So I am so happy to have you here. And let's give God a shout out. Let's just give him all the praise, all the glory, all the honor because of who he is. There's this song that says, because of who you are, I give you glory. Because of who you are, I give you praise. And I will lift my hands just because of who you are. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. So today we continuing our discussion on the fruit of the Spirit. The text is found in Galatians 5 verses 22-23 that talks about the fruit of the Spirit. And today we're going to talk about a very interesting fruit, which is the fruit of gentleness. Now, gentleness is one of those fruit that is associated with softness, quietness, comforting, caring. These are some of the terms that I use to when we associate gentleness. Now, in today's modern society, we don't value, society doesn't really value gentleness. As modern women, the feminists, they want us to be strong, independent. I can do bad all by myself. Yeah, certainly, women, we can. Why? But why would you want to? And men, they want men to be this alpha male, which means that this toxic masculinity that is being part of the conversation. However, the Bible calls us as Christian men and women to be gentle. All right, gentleness in the Bible is a strength and not a weakness. And just like kindness, it is not a weakness; it is a strength. Um, Now, it is just because somebody is gentle doesn't mean that you're going to be a pushover. Doesn't mean that you're going to allow people to do anything they want with you. Absolutely not. This is not what the Bible is talking about. In fact, the Bible tells us that in 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, it says, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but he gives us a spirit of power. He gives us a spirit of love and a spirit of sound mind. So yes, God doesn't want us to be afraid, but he wants us to be powerful. He wants us to be strong and powerful. And the same thing he says in Joshua 1 verse 9, he says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid because we have God. God, for the Lord our God, he will be with us wherever we are. So when we talk about gentleness, it is not weakness. However, is to use is strength, but how you use that strength. Now, for us women, having which woman doesn't want a man, a strong gentleman? When we associate a gentleman, we associate them with a strong man. However, somebody who's willing to open the car door for you, somebody who's willing to open the house door for you, somebody who's willing to pull the chair. If you're going to sit, they pull the chair for you to sit or to stand. Some of the characteristics that we associated with gentlemen are somebody who's caring, who's soft. Okay, and for a woman, it's similar to women. We want, who doesn't want a woman to be soft, soft spoken, comforting, caring, somebody who's willing to just give you a hug when you hurt. So we all want somebody gentle in our lives and in our relationships. However, in order for us to attract these men or these women that we're looking for, and I know many of us, we crave, we do desire long-term healthy relationships. But in order for us to expect these qualities in our partners, we want to make sure that we cultivate these qualities in ourselves first. And as Christians, these are qualities that make us more like Jesus. So now we're going to discuss some practical ways that we can practice gentleness in our daily lives. All right. So number one, always live up to your words. It is very important. You need to be someone who does whatever they say without making any excuses. In other words, if you keep a promise, you want to be somebody who keeps your promises, because when you do that, when you fulfill your promises, when you fulfill your words, you gain credibility and you gain respect with your partner and and with other people that you deal with. Number two, always talk with respect. All right. So sometimes it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. All right. My grandmother used to say ton qui fait chanson. In other words, we need to be mindful of not only what we say to our partners, but also how we say it. And I talked a little bit about respect before. So be mindful of your words, guys, because once those words come out of your mouth, and sometimes, words come out of our mouths out of anger, out of frustration, out of fear. Whenever we have these words out of our mouth, you cannot take them back. You can say sorry all you want, but once you say certain words, some certain disrespectful words, you cannot take them back. So just be mindful of your words. This third one is that, be a great listener and not just somebody who hear. Sometimes we hear, and, my husband does that all the time. I'm telling him something and he says, yes, 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 yes. He hears me, but does he always listen? No. And I do that too. I must admit that, I don't always listen as well. And sometimes what I have found in my own relationships, when we're having a discussion, it may be an argument or a discussion of any sort, and we just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because nobody's listening. He's not listening to me. I'm not listening to him. However, when we come down more often than not, when we really sit down to listen to the other person, and sometimes I says, babe, you saying the same thing I'm saying. And he was like, yeah, this is what I'm saying. But I says, yeah, but I'm saying the same thing. But, sometimes because we hearing each other, but we are not really listening, which is the active process. A lot of time, the argument or the discussion, lasts longer than it needed to be. And I know, those of you that are in marriages and relationships, you may encounter some of the same challenges, between hearing and listening. All right. The other thing that I will encourage us to do in our daily lives is that, be willing to compromise. A gentle person in a relationship is, we cannot be strong-headed. Some of us, both men and women, we are strong-headed people. We want our way or the highway, and I must confess that, sometimes I can be strong-headed. However, we have to remember, do not maintain your stance on some decisions, especially when it's involve your partner. All right. If you have a disagreement with your partner, always try to look for a midpoint where you both can agree, you can meet an agreement, and some things can come in. It's an active process. It takes two people, and this is why I'm doing this. I'm not only doing this for women. These are some principles that both men and women can use, because these are godly. These are spirit-like principles. Try to find some compromise. And to finish, I'm going to finish this discussion with the verse that we found in Matthew 11, verse 29. And it says, take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Remember, Jesus was so gentle, He was strong when he needed to be strong, but he was gentle when he needed to be gentle. And this is how we need to be. And I am reminded of the story that we found, the story of Mary and Martha. When Martha came to Jesus and he was telling him, Jesus, I'm doing all the work and my sister is just sitting there listening. Now, Jesus could have, chastised her, but he didn't. He just, he was so calm and he was so gentle here. And he says, Martha, Martha, Mary has chosen the right way. She chose the right path, and that should not be taken away from her. So we can learn so much from Jesus. And this is the same way he was with little children. He says, let the little children come to me and do not deter them, because for the kingdom is for them as well. So guys, I'm going to encourage you to practice gentleness in your relationships. in your daily lives. May God bless you and have a good rest of your day. Thank you.